Billy. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Good, lovely morning. Let me see. Let's get some, excuse me. Let's get some music going here, huh? Good morning, Billy D. Let's see here. What's going on? Okay. Good morning. Got things under control here, quote unquote. Good morning. Let's see, 16 people here. 10 of them have pushed the like button. Hey, if you're not already on this on the list, Sanum, King Metro, and Dando, you guys take a break for a minute. I got your name already. I'm gonna do an early riser. First one's to the gym. Give me a number between, hold on. Give me a number between 1 and 25. 1 and 25. We're making this easy on the early risers. Give me a number between 1 and 25. 1 and 25. And you can put up to 3 of them on your line at one time. 1 and 25. Herbie Von Werby Kabop. Kabroken Furby. The answer is 1. Congratulations. Herbie Von Werby Kabroken Furby Kabop. It's, this one right here was it's a 1, I promise. That first one there, it's a 1. Herbie Von Werby Kabroken Furby Kabop. Herbs, your name's going on the list for the big spin for Friday. Herbie Von Werby Kabroken Furby Kabop. Good job, Herbs. You're in. You're in. So far, you're just a contestant. Let's see what goes on Friday. Herbie Von Werby Kabroken Furby Kabooby Kabobby Kabop. Or something like that. Something very close to that. We'll get a couple of more names this morning. We're going to try to get more names going here this morning, okay? Take a quick look at we're going to be talking about shame later today. Been doing some real reading the last couple of days on this whole situational. Don't you agree with that, nerdy? Carl Jung. He's a pretty sharp guy. Herbie Von Werby Kabroken Furby Kabop is on the list. All right. Good morning, everybody. Take a couple more minutes to say good morning to each other. I'm afraid to do anything more than just show stuff like this, or we're going to get another copyright violation. You never know. Actually, no, Hendrix. That's probably not a good idea. It's shame when you do keep it to yourself. It's courage when you share and keep someone else from experiencing shame. That's my personal opinion, though. The list, Herb. You don't know. You're not telling us which list you're normally on. I bet if we asked your wife, she'd probably have about 4 lists she could tell us about. Just kidding. There's usually somebody in charge of you keeping a list. Brock has a list, I think, of me. I'm pretty sure. I think Brock's got a list going. Oh, I'm not a line stepper, Herbie. I'm a line diver. Like, just dive over it. I'm not even just gonna step over it. Okay, nerdy. The Emperor has no clothes. We got one of those. Kim, you're never naughty. You're always nice. I don't know why you have to check your list twice. Good morning, everybody. There you go. Well, now you're talking my language, Herbie. Up until I was 30, I was diving into lines all the time. I was a line diving son. They were a very albino colored lines. So you're saying there's a chance. That's one of my favorite lines from a movie in the world. So you're saying there's a chance. Good morning. Eggshell colored. Yeah, just a little off-white. Then you knew it was pure. Oh boy, don't get us started. I actually have an article from the newsletter, the Tricycle Day newsletter, and RFK. I was on a lot of lists. I got to be honest. I think I made a lot of different kinds of lists. Good morning. Woz, don't pretend you weren't on a list too. We might have even been on the same list a couple of times. Oh. So yeah, we have a couple of really neat articles we're going to go through today from the Tricycle newsletter. Good morning. Yes, Kim, I was on Dean's list. Yes. Yep. Perennial. I was a perennial attendee to that list. Bet you were too. Yep. Weren't there, nerdy? I read them. I went through the whole thing this morning. Well, not every single one. There's a couple of policy ones that I'm still working on. Thanks for the icon there, Woz. I'm pretty sure I know what you're talking about. I used to be on my ex-wife's permanently. That exact list. Every time I turn around, I'm on that list. Good morning. Today, this is a list you want to be on. Shannon and King Metro and Dando and Herbie. Those are, so far, they've made the list for the big spin. We'll get some more names today and tomorrow. Okay? Anybody, if they see, good morning, Hags, snap. If anybody sees Anthony Thornton this morning, please let him know. I'll see him too. Let's make sure if Anthony the big man Thornton, if he shows up here this morning, I have a message for him. Good morning, Slingy. Good morning, Croaky. Croak 'em if you got 'em. Okay. Croak 'em if you got 'em. Used to do that in the service. Smoke break. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Okay, let's get this business on. Paul Schmidt, you write to Pops at the Detroit Mush Lab. This is all one word. It's an email. The Detroit Mush Lab at gmail.com. The Detroit Mush Lab, all one word, at gmail.com. Reach out to us and we'll see what we can do there. You have to be in the United States and you have to be over 18, Polly. Okay. There, look at what Herbie wrote, Polly. And that's the exact address. Boop. Gmail.com. Okay, it's 32 people, 17 likes. You're welcome, Paul. 34 people, 18 likes. Can somebody double tap their screen and let me see if it works? Let's see if that number changes if you just double tap your own screen. Boop, boop. If you do a screen double tap, I heard that makes it turn to a thumbs up. Good morning, Summer. Let's see, there it goes. It's working. It is working. That's all you have to do. Is ye old double tap. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I'm going to start out with this morning. Let's bust a couple of myths. You want to do that? Give me 5 people that want to bust a couple of myths with me. With us. Let's go bust myths. What do you think? We were busting myths yesterday, and then we're going to read a couple of articles, and then we're going to study the emotion shame. Give me 5 people that want to go busting myths. So far, I've seen 3 that are saying, let's bust a myth or 2. Hags counts for 2, so here we go. England has the world's oldest parliament. Is that true or false? England has the world's oldest parliament. That's a myth. Falso. Okay, so if it's not England, don't Google. No Google, no Google, no Google. Paul, we'll be able to send you something and see how it works out. No Google, no Google. If it's not England, what country is it? What country has the world's oldest parliament? Don't look it up, and the first person to get it is going to go on the list for Friday's spin. Don't look it up. Don't look it up. Jolie didn't look it up, and she is right. Jolie, the answer is Iceland. Jolie, you're on the list. Boop. Jolie. Good job, Jolie. Iceland has the world's oldest parliament dating back to, are you ready for this? 930. What's that YouTube community guidelines thing there, Herbie? Herbie, what's that all about? Herbie. End this live or face full-time suspension? What's that all about? YouTube community, you're able to block a YouTube guy? Are you sure it's fake, you guys? Seriously. Pops is getting nervous. It's BS? How do you know? It had, like, even his icon thing looked like it was YouTube. Really? So just keep on moving on. Keep Keep on trucking, Pops? Yeah, I don't know what we're doing wrong. I know, Billy. I mean, exception. What the heck? Okay, then we'll move on. Good morning, Chef. YouTube. It's a fake AI. Huh. I mean, we've been doing the same thing for 4+ years now. If they wanted to block me, they would just do it, huh? Okay. Whew, I don't like getting messages like that, okay? Hey, you know what I saw in the news this morning? Craziest thing. I forget the exact number, but it was something like 800,000 dimes, thin little dimes. There was the truck that was carrying them, big, huge tractor truck, crashed on the side of the highway. All of the dimes got spread out. 800,000 dimes spread across the freeway and down into the embankment and down into a meadow down below. They had to come in and they blocked the highway off. The police blocked the highway off, and they brought in vacuum trucks, big vacuum trucks, like, septic sucking out. And they're going around with their big vacuum hose and sucking up these piles of dimes. And they're even shoveling them, shovels full of dimes. And then the last scene you see is there's a bunch of police down on their hands and knees picking dimes out of the grass. How many people think they missed a few? It was on CNN this morning. How many people think they missed a few dimes? Okay, somebody dropped quite a dime. Dime bags everywhere, mush mouth. How many people think that there might be a few dimes still out there? And all you need to know is like the crash site and go on a scavenger hunt. You wake up this morning, there's 87 people out in that meadow. There's no way they got every dime. You should have seen the crash site. It was crazy, just dimes everywhere. Would a metal detector find a dime? Would it? Santa wants to know exactly which off-ramp was that next to, Pops. Oh, okay, well, a metal detector will find it. All right. I always wanted a metal detector, but never had one. Captain Jeff's dad, big-time metal detector guy. Big time. It was like one of his hobbies. He would go down to the shoreline at the lake and then beaches and parks and sandboxes, and he was a metal detector guy. And he found some really, really neat stuff. And then he became an expert on it's the best metal detector. Because I'm sure there's some really shady metal detectors, right? Quality level is going to be a little different. I'm going to spend $8,000 on my metal detector so I can find 4 dimes. He lost a wedding ring and got metal detector to find it. You got one from Santam's? That's cool. I loved how you took her out to, you guys were going to go out to dinner recently, Kim. That's a beautiful thing. Don't buy it from Harbor Freight. There's certain things you can buy from Harbor Freight. And then there are certain things you just shouldn't buy from Harbor Freight, right? But, they do have some stuff there as well. I mean, I might as well buy my extension cord there, right? Air hoses. But the actual generator, maybe not. We're not talking bad about any businesses. Harbor Freight does a great job for the market that it serves. Great job. When I was contracting, I used to spend a lot of time at Harbor Freight. I gotta tell you, You can go over there, paint supplies and stuff, and it's like substantially cheaper to get stuff there, consumable stuff. Yeah, and that's true too, Jimmy. Even their level of tools have gone up quite a bit. So I agree with you. Nerdy's over there getting shrink tubing. Okay. Okay. This is a myth. Here's a myth. Christmas trees originate from the United States. Is that true or false? Oh, I just told you it was a myth, so it's false. Give me the first three people to tell me what country originated, and I'm going to put you on a small spin to get you to the big spin. First three people. What country did Christmas trees originate from? What country? Give me, in the first three people on my screen, the first three on my screen to get it correct are going to move forward to a quick spin to win situational. I'm going to pass up. There we go. Okay, the answer is Germany. Sanam, you were the third person, but you're already on the spin wheel. So I moved to the fourth person. Here we go. Glassic. Oh, the answer was Germany. The answer was Germany. Glassic, number one. Kim, number two. And no, it's okay, Sanam. You still can answer. And number three is Lucky Lures. Lucky Lures. So this is to see. What is that one? It's a two. Kimberly the Golden Bolden. She's also our International Kindness Ambassador. Kim, you've been put on the big list. Boop. Kim. So there's going to be a spins, 2 or 3, 5, 57 spins. Let's just make it 3. We're going to do 3 spins on Friday and give away quantities of supplementary supplements. Kim, I would think with the last name Bolden, isn't Bolden French? Bolden seems French to me. That's a German last name? I mean, it may not be. I would have thought Boldine. Boldine is Irish. Okay, Sam goes with the Irish too on that one. I went French in my head. Okay, how about this one? The world's longest waterfall is not Niagara Falls. It isn't. I hate to disabuse you of the notion, but it's not. The world's longest waterfall is actually Angel Falls in Venezuela. Angel Falls in Venezuela. You want to hear something crazy? It's the longest waterfall in the world, and it's 17 times longer than Niagara Falls. 17 times. So you take Niagara Falls, its drop, and add that 17 times that amount. Whoa, that's a lot of water. That's a long drop. The most common language in the world is English. Not so fast. While 500 million people speak English worldwide, nearly 2 billion people speak Mandarin. 4 times the amount. The Mandarin language. How about this one? South Africa has the world's highest production of diamonds. South Africa, most diamonds in the world. Not so fast, my friends. Russia. Russia has the highest worldwide production of diamonds. 22% of the world's diamonds come from Russia. South Africa is only fifth at 9%. I would have thought differently. And let's do another one. This one's going to kind of blow your mind. Japan exports more soy sauce than any other country in the world. No, it doesn't. If you don't Google this one and you guess, the first person to tell me which country exports the most soy sauce is going to go on the list. Which country exports the most soy sauce, and it is not Japan? What do you think? No Google, no Google. I hear people Googling as we speak. Don't Google. No Google, no Google. This one's going to blow your mind. Kimberly. Oh, no. Kim. Oops, you're already on the list. Kim already, I blew it. The answer is Norway. No, the Netherlands. Oh, so Kim didn't get it right. I blew it twice now. It's the Netherlands. I blew this one. I'll make it up to you guys. The Netherlands export more soy sauce than Japan. What the heck's the Netherlands doing? I blew that one. Sorry. I saw Norway, Netherlands, and I blew it. So we'll make that one up to you. A double blowy. Isn't that an interesting one there, nerd? That interests me. Let's read a couple of other things that interest me. The Netherlands. Pops, how did you think that was Norway? No Google, no Google. We're in Tricycle Day Today newsletter. This is the editor's, let's say, at the end of every one, he does his own article. It's called Fear Factor. You guys ready for this? Neuroscientists, this is really fascinating. Got a couple of things in here today that I want to go over. Neuroscientists have been throwing around theories about how psychedelics work for years. Is it the neuroplasticity, the mystical experiences, or is it some secret third thing we'll never be able to measure? All of these are fair guesses. But a new study in Nature magazine suggests something refreshingly different. Maybe psychedelics heal. Listen to this. Listen. Maybe psychedelics heal by fixing a broken relationship between your immune system and your brain. Broken relationship. I love the way they say that. I have a broken relationship between my immune system and my brain, and it needs to be healed. Here's what the new research says. That's very correct, Mr. Phillips. Immune invasion. When you're chronically stressed, inflammatory immune cells called monocytes migrate from your body into your brain. Monocytes, all stressed out, anxious. Monocytes are going north. There's a vicious cycle. These immune cells increase crosstalk in your amygdala, which is your brain's fear center. And it amplifies anxiety and it creates more inflammation. Once the monocytes start going, they amplify themselves. So you'll get even more so left alone. Psychedelics protect. In mice models, MDMA and psilocybin appear to block these monocytes from accumulating in the brain, effectively cutting off the fear inflammation cycle. The psilocybin and the MDMA are blocking those monocytes from heading north. And they've proven it in mice modeling. In humans too. Most exciting of all, researchers found similar patterns in the human brain tissue samples and depression data sets. I love that. If you think through this quickly, you quickly realize we are not talking about how psychedelics work. No, we are not just talking about how psychedelics work, but also why mental health conditions like depression develop in the first place, Mr. Monocyte. Maybe it's an imbalance between the immune and central nervous system that causes some emotional disorders. If that's true, then psychedelics would be addressing the root, not just the symptoms. Another reason to believe this neuroimmune model could also explain why psychedelics show promise across such a wide range of conditions, from depression and anxiety to inflammatory diseases. So let this be a reminder that the only thing you have to fear is fear itself and runaway monocytes. You gotta fear those. That's good. That's good. Healing. Let's do some healing. Scientists are now finding out and able to measure. That's a good word there, Jolie. Psychoneuroimmunology. Science is starting to measure very effectively, empirical evidence to prove that one of the ways to reduce so many issues. Let's not even talk about psilocybin. Let's not even talk about MDMA. Let's not talk about any of that. Let's talk about just nature itself does this healing. Check this out. There's an article, it's called How to Make Your Nature Walks Even More Restorative, according to science. There is a moment of awe that washes over you when you step into a forest. Century-old trees tower above, sunlight twinkling through them. Birds tweet and spiders weave their elaborate webs. The smell of pine needles fill the air. The act of spending time in the forest is what the Japanese call Shinrin-yoku. It's a term originating in the 1980s that means literally bathing in the forest's atmosphere, says King Lee, a researcher on the topic and a professor at Nippon Medical School in Tokyo. This is not exercise like hiking or jogging, he writes. It is simply being in nature, connecting with it through our sight, hearing, taste, smell, and touch, connecting with our five senses. Not only is forest bathing a magical way to explore nature, decades of research are showing that it's good for your health. It can boost your immune system, lower blood pressure, and help with depression. It can also reduce the stress hormones, cortisol, and adrenaline, and turn down the dial on your body's fight or flight response, that fear one that we were just talking about. Lee and Gary Evans, who's the director of the Forest Bathing Institute in the UK, talk about the science behind forest bathing and how you can reap these health benefits. Would you like to hear a couple of them? Give me 5 people that are interested in just hearing a little bit more about forest bathing. There's certain steps that they recommend that we take when we go bathe in our forests. It's a neat article. Yeah? Let's explore this just a little bit more. The ideal place to forest bathe is, well, in a forest. But if you live far away from one, or you don't have the means to get there, any place that has a lot of trees and a quiet space will do. The old Central Park. You can also get beneficial effects from a city park, says Lee, but they won't be as significant as walking in the deep woods. A 2022 study published in the International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health found that walking in a forest park had a greater impact on cardiovascular function than doing so in an urban park. Walking in an urban park still has health benefits. Another study published in 22 found that it can significantly improve mood and reduce stress compared to walking in an urban city setting. Streets. If you're going to do the walk, at least head down to the park. To reap the ultimate rewards of Shinrin Yoku, here's the key. Plan to spend 2 to 6 hours in the woods, says Lee. His research showed that forest bathing for that amount of time helped boost immunity. One study found that participants who walked in the forest for 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours in the afternoon saw an increase in anti-cancer proteins and immune cells that kill tumors, with the effects lasting for several days. A 2-hour walk, boom, immunity goes up. Cancer cells dying off. If you can't set aside a good part of your day to meander through the forest, you can also do shorter walks. But the health benefits won't be as significant, says Lee. The longer time in the forest, the better. The longer has more effect. Now you wonder how come these indigenous Indians here in America, the forest dwellers and stuff, they weren't getting cancer, were they? No. It was just the white guy from over in Europe. We brought all that junk with us because we weren't doing the forest walks. In 2019, a study published in the International Journal of Environmental Research found that just walking 15 minutes through the woods can help relieve stress and anxiety. Number 3 step, aim to reduce heart rate. Your forest bathing session is a good time to sit down or walk or do some gentle yoga or some Tai Chi. It's not the time to squeeze in your hardcore cardio for the week. The difference between normal activities and forest bathing is that we're going to move very slowly, says Evans. Forest bathing is about calming down your nervous system and reducing your heart rate and blood pressure. If you exert yourself too much physically, your tiredness will reduce the effect of forest bathing, says Lee. Your body will actually produce more stress hormones, such as adrenaline, noradrenaline, and cortisol, which the studies show the forest bathing is decreasing. So it's not time to go out and take your hardcore sprint runs if you're going forest bathing. Number 4, this is a really good one. This is one I probably have to get better at. When I'm fish bathing, I go fish bathing. Many of the benefits of Shinrin Yoku come when we inhale the chemicals that trees release in the air. These are called phytoncides. Phytoncides. The chemical release of the tree into the air. We're walking around and we can smell that at a slow rate, right? They reduce your stress hormones and increase your white blood cells, which are known as natural killer cells. You want more white blood cells? Go smell the forest. In one study from 2009, his team ordered special concentrated essential oils made from Japanese cypress trees, and then they pumped them into hotel rooms of test subjects using a diffuser. People staying in those rooms saw about a 40 to 50% of the health benefits that people that do the forest bathing experience. Just laying in your hotel room, smelling the Japanese cypress, gives you about 40% of the benefit of your forest bath. As a side note, if you can't make it to a forest, Dr. Lee says, you could get some of the benefits by diffusing tree-based essential oils at home. Bolster your forest bath with meditation. We're almost done here. When you get to the forest or to the park, walk a little bit and then find a spot that speaks to you. That could be a clearing in the woods surrounded by a bunch of tall trees, or a spot where a tree has grown into a curved shape that looks suspiciously like a seat. If it feels beautiful and resonant to you, that's what matters. Now sit down, says Evans, and try this exercise. Inhale for a count of 1. For a count of 1, 2. And then exhale for double that length of time. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 1, 2, and then exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. And begin that breathing pattern. 2 count in, 4 count out. When the exhale is slower than the inhale, it sends a physiological message to your body that says, I'm safe, I can relax. The longer our exhale, the safer our body feels. This particular breathing exercise has been shown to have benefits on its own outside of the forest environment. The reason to do it in the forest is to allow yourself to relax so you can begin to notice all the sounds and colors and textures that nature has to offer. You may be surprised by what you discover, says Evans. Depending on what's happening in your emotional world, quite often we look at nature or the forest and it sends us something back to help us make sense of what's going on in our life. You can't make it to the forest, do some tree oil essentials, and a 2 in, 4 out breathing pattern. You can do that just about anybody's backyard. It's not the optimal place, but like be working on those benefits. It's a great article. Great article. I like reading stuff like that. Made it very, very simple and easy for me to understand. Give me 5 people that agree. Give me 5 people that agree. And now, while you're agreeing, you're also going to give me a number between 1 and 50. Give me a number between 1 and 50. Oh, good morning, everybody. Give me a number between 1 and 50. The first person I see on my screen to get that number correct is going to go on the spin list for this weekend, this Friday. I'm waiting. I still don't see it. Okay? If you're already on the list, give other people a chance here today. Okay? You know if you're on the list. I still haven't seen the number. I'm waiting. Give me 3 numbers on one line at one time. Still haven't seen the number. Cat Daddy, you could put 2 more numbers on a line at once. You too, Sue. I still haven't seen the number. Am I going to have to give you guys a hint? Am I going to have to give you a hint? Here's a hint. Michael Patterson missed it by 1 digit. One of his 3 is 1 digit off. Go look at Michael Patterson. One of his numbers is 1 digit off. Michael Patterson. That's correct. Number 34. Good job, Michael. 34 is the answer. 34. Good job, Michael. We're going to put you on the list. Michael. Okay. Michael Patterson's 1 digit off. Okay. Oh, there were a few 33s out there, weren't there, Rodman? There were a couple of 33sters. So, now it's time to get into our... Let's talk about this shame situation here. Shame on you. Has anybody ever heard that before? Has anybody ever had somebody else heap shame on them? I have. That was one of my dad's favorite teaching. That was one of his favorite tools. It's not a great parenting tool to shame your children. It's really not. You're going to do a whole lot of damage at the end of the day. You ever shamed your significant other? Have you ever tried that one? Yeah. How'd that work out for the How's that working for a good relationship? Shame is an epidemic in our culture, and it's hampering our ability to live wholehearted lives. Shame is the most powerful master emotion. It's the fear that we're not good enough. Shame is a soul-eating emotion. Shame is the intense, painful feeling that we are unworthy of love and belonging. Grace means that all of your mistakes now serve a purpose instead of feeling shame. All of my mistakes now serve a purpose instead of feeling shame. I can find a purpose in all of my mistakes. That's powerful. Let me read a couple more of these quotes. These are quotes. What we don't need, listen to this. What we don't need in the midst of struggle is shame for being human. Did you hear that one? What we don't need in the midst of struggling is to also experience shame because we're a human being. Every human being is going to make mistakes. Remember what we talk about here, strengths and struggles. What happened with Cobalt there? I missed it. I'm sorry to hear that, Cobalt. And sincerely, I get it. Not that my parents, but yeah, parenting like that. I'm sorry for that. Let's talk about shame just a little bit here. Okay? Now I'm stuck on that situation for you, Cobalt, and I'm extremely sorry. IG Cobalt's mentioning that he was mistreated very badly in his teenage years for things that he didn't really have choices over. Shame. I hated the internal wounds, the words that said I was worthless and unwanted, the teasing, the ridicule that echoed in my ears, and it shattered my insides into dust. If given the choice, I'd have picked a beating over being shamed. That's Antoine Fisher in his book, Finding Fish. Reading Antoine Fisher's book, Finding Fish, was a sliding doors moment for me. I had just started researching shame, and I was getting pushback from every direction. By the way, Brené Brown here is considered one of the world's most foremost experts on these four emotions that we're discussing, starting with shame. She's been studying this for over 20 years, developing data sets, and she is the go-to person in a lot of psychologists and workshops and things like that. She's the go-to person because she spent so much of her life studying this, and I have to believe doing a whole lot of practice. She had just started researching shame, and I was getting pushback from every direction. Everyone thought it was too difficult a topic to study. There were very few research articles on shame 20 years ago, and the first one I found warned that the decision to study shame had been the death of many academic careers. Oh, you might not want to study that, Brené. It could be the death of your academic career. She pushed on. I devoured Finding Fish right when it came out. Fisher writes about shame with such haunting detail that it solidified my decision to study this emotion that we all experience but we hate talking about. Number one, we all have shame. Every single one of us. Shame is universal, and it's one of the most primitive emotions that we experience. I like that. Primitive emotion. The only people who don't experience it are those who lack the capacity for empathy and human connection. There are a small group of people, sociopathic, that can't experience empathy and certainly no connection to other people. Number two, we're all afraid to talk about it. We are as sick as our secrets. You want to stay sick? Keep hiding your secrets. You want to get well? Don't have secrets. And anything that you've been hiding in the closet, pull it out. There's somebody out there that can use it. I promise you. Sometimes we can feel shame when we just say the word shame. But it is getting easier in the 21st century for more people to talk about it. And number three, the less we talk about it, you ready for this one? The less we talk about shame, what do you think happens? If we don't explore it, discuss it, understand it, study it, know where it comes from inside of us, how debilitating it is, what's going to happen if we don't talk about it? Sandham's right. We're going to experience more. It's natural. The less we talk about it, the more control it has over us. Why? Because shame hates to be talked about. So we're going to scream it from the top of the mountain. When we hear the word shame, just hear the word. Our first thought is either, I have no idea what that means, and I don't even want to know. Or we say, I know exactly what that is, and I don't want to talk about it. We can also make up that shame is something that happens to other people, not us. But shame, it's in all of us. Here are some examples shared by the research participants from our early studies on shame. Shame is hiding the fact that I'm in recovery. Shame, listen to this. Shame is raging at my kids. Shame is bankruptcy. Oh, I can't tell anybody I went bankrupt. Kentucky Fried Chicken guy, what's Colonel Sanders? How many times did he go bankrupt? Lots. Imagine if he just stayed in the shame. Shame is getting laid off and having to tell the pregnant wife. Shame is my boss calling me an idiot in front of the client. Ooh, I had a couple of those. I made sure to never be that boss. Shame is not making partner. Shame is my husband leaving me for my next door neighbor. Shame is my partner asking me for a divorce and telling me she wants children, but just not with me. Ooh, this one. Shame is my DUI. Oh gosh, I can't tell anybody that happened. Really? Do you know how many DUIs you could stop from happening if you told somebody what happened and how? and how debilitating and how terrible it's been for you, you could probably save a DUI or two if you didn't feel shame over it. Shame is infertility. What? I have good swimmers. Shame is telling my fiance that my dad lives in France, when in actuality, he's in prison. Wait for this one. Wait for this one. Don't pretend that this isn't one. Fellas, shame is internet porn. Shame is internet porn. We don't talk about that. I'm not telling anybody I have a porn addiction. I wouldn't let anybody know. Are you kidding me? Shame is internet porn. I've got an admission, a confession. There was a time in my marriage, my marriage that hasn't lasted, that I spent more time internet porn than ever in my marriage bed. To the point of close to addiction, if not. I'd rather take care of the situation than go have to deal with intimacy with someone that I was losing all love for. And I saw myself going down a really deep hole and saying, you know what? Now I'm even looking at women different. A woman in the grocery store. And I had to stop. I had to get completely away from it. And I did. I have the grace of the universe that helped me get to a place where I understand how damaging it was. Damaging. And it stays damaging. And I'm not ashamed to talk about it. Shame is flunking out of school. Shame is hearing my parents fight through the walls and wondering if I'm the only one who feels afraid. You know, Mike, I didn't beat it. I practiced my way away from it and made a lot of commitments to self that helped me build up a self-image that I'm strong enough not to go there and see women as sex objects, because they're so much more. I have a mom, I have sisters, I have women that I'll be in love with. Connection, along with love and belonging, is why we are here. And it's what gives purpose and meaning to our lives. Shame is the fear of disconnection. It's the fear that something we've done or failed to do, or an ideal that we've not lived up to, or a goal that we haven't accomplished, makes us unworthy of connection. Here's the definition of shame that emerged from my research. Shame is the intensely painful feeling or experience of believing that we are flawed and therefore unworthy of love. I'm flawed. That's how I got a bankruptcy. I'm flawed. That's why I do porn addiction. I'm flawed. That's why I rage at my kids. I'm flawed. That's why I don't want to tell anybody I'm in recovery. I'm flawed. That's why I can't tell anybody about my DUI. Are you kidding me? We are all flawed. What, am I the only flaw? I'm the only guy out there with a flaw. No. And the minute I stay there or go there in my head, I'm experiencing shame. And I'm letting the struggle be greater than my strength. Shame thrives on this. We'll close with this today. We'll pick it back up tomorrow. What does shame thrive on? What is shame's food? Silence. Secrecy. That's where it lives. It lives in silence, and it lives in your secrecy. Shame thrives on secrecy, silence, and judgment. If you put shame into a petri dish and douse it with these three things, it will grow exponentially into every corner and crevice of our life. What is the antidote to shame? We're going to leave it with our antidote. We'll pick this up tomorrow. There's an antidote to this poison that we have, this poisonous emotion. The antidote is empathy. Empathy. You see, when I'm reaching out and sharing my shame, my secrets, I'm no longer being silent, and I'm having empathy for somebody that could well be going through exactly what I am telling you my experience was. Empathy is our tool. The antidote to shame is empathy. If we reach out and share our shame experience with someone who responds with empathy, shame dissipates. Cobalt just did it here today. He reached out and he shared something that he could have kept inside and allowed it to be shame. And you know what the response that he got here was? You tell us, Cobalt, what was your response? You didn't feel ashamed for telling us, did you? No, you received empathy from 48 people who get it. They may not have had that experience themselves, but they get it. And they can empathize with it. And it neutralizes any shame that you may have experienced. There you go, Cobalt. Cobalt answered. He felt empathy and compassion, and he felt connected. I'm just using you as an example right now, Cobalt. We all do that. We all experience that. We can walk through shame and give it zero value if we take the secrecy and the silence away. Give me 5 people that get it. 5 people that get that. And that's our message for today. We'll pick back up tomorrow, same time, same mush channel. Got it. Agreed. Got it. We got all kinds of got it, get it, and got it. You are an amazing crew. I'm not joking. I am not joking. And one of the reasons I share here so shamelessly, so often, is because I'm not going to be judged by you guys. I'm just not. I'm not going to even experience the judging. I'm just going to get empathy and compassion. And as I share, I deepen my own personal connections to each and every one of you. Imagine that healing. Imagine the healing Pops is getting exponentially. You guys go have a wonderful day. I'll scroll you guys out of here. Mr. 420 Nipper and Lucky Lures and Jolie and Salem and Mr. 420 and Marcus. Don't claim the shame. Give it away. Santam and Big Mike, thank you. Veggie, glad you're here. B. Hendricks and Santam and Big Mikey. And Cat Meowzilla and Solly Maldo. And Kimberly the Golden Bolden. Cobalt. Glad you were here and sharing with us this morning. Herbie Malwerby Kebab. Mushmouth, love you too, doll. Nippy. Don't we love getting to know each other here, Nip? I agree. Zoo City Boy. Marcus Duck. Billy D, Mr. Phillips and Santam and Justin LaFlower and Donnie Fike and Trenty the Trenty Trenterson, Sanum and Notorious and Hit Me Out Kitty, and the Was, and Michael Shanti Patterson, and Sammy P, and Nerdy, and Nippy, and Ismael Barraza Villegas, and Sue Littlemeyer, and Rosabel Lizardo Rosario, and Croaky, and Justin, and Summer Wheat, and Vegas, and Mush, and Nippy, and Cobalt, and Four Things. Be impeccable with your word. We can help bring so much goodness, so much kindness, so much healing, so much compassion, so much empathy with this little tongue we have. We can serve. Don't take things personal. Don't have expectations, and do your best. You guys go have a great day.